Okay, so I am wanting to start one of these video journals to kind of help my game develop. I try to catch some of the things that I'm doing well, some of the things I'm doing bad. And I feel like one of the ways I can do this is by recording my matches once in a while and then kind of analyzing them in the way that I'm going to be doing right now. And then maybe even getting feedback from the community if anybody wants to take the time to do that. And just see where things go from there. But this is kind of a trial run. This is officially the first match that I'm going to do. I actually feel like I did fairly well with this match, but there's several things that I'd like feedback on. So at that, let's give it a start. So I'm running on iMovie, so I'm still kind of getting used to it. I'm going to do the best I can, and again, I'll get better at this as we go along. So I'm going against Pat. Pat's the guy in the rash guard. I'm the guy in the shirtless. Immediately put my right foot in between his legs, because if I go shin to shin with him, he likes to go for heel hooks and stuff. He's really sneaky with the leg attacks. So we start, and I'm kind of seeking the underhook and everything, but he does a really good job at using his knee shield and then pushing away so that I can't get the underhook. And he'll use my face or my neck to do it. So kudos to him. It's kind of an interesting thing. When somebody goes for De La Hiva, like what I did, you kind of expose your knee. You have to be really careful, and that's exactly what Pat tried to capitalize on. But I'm kind of aware of that too, because I'll pull that move a lot, and I was able to sneak it back in. This is kind of a sweep that I'll do. I'll back it up, and we'll kind of go in slow motion. Is if I can get like one butterfly hook in, like right now I have my right butterfly hook, I can then try to trap their right arm or the arm opposite of my butterfly hook, and I can lead right into a knee slice, where what you'll see that I try to take my right hand and get the underhook on his left side, but again, he does good at extending out, and he kind of thwarts it a little bit. He goes for that guillotine, and I counter it with my own. And this is something that I would like some feedback on. So again, to rewind a little bit, when I go for this guillotine, you can see his right hand, it's kind of leveraged up on the same side of on the side that I have the arm that I'm using for the guillotine. And I don't know if I can finish that. So yeah, it'd be interesting. I'd definitely like to play around with that a little bit more, because that was kind of an interesting position. It was a fun little roll that he ended up on top again anyways. Some more of this open guard sort of stuff. Yeah, sometimes it gets a little stagnated, but it's all, it's trying to be technical. And every little move, especially with him, counts. Me and him usually have really good battles, and I feel like this is especially one. So he knows exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go for a knee bar. If I can get shin on shin, like what I do again right now, I'm going to shoot up for a knee bar. I can use it to at very least take him down, but I was able to retain it, and we do the little spin, and I'm able to finish it. That's kind of one of my bread and butter moves. And it works out really well for me oftentimes. He's obviously like peeved that happened, because he knew it was coming the first time around, and that's why he kind of kicked away from it. But maybe he kind of was a little complacent the second time. Regardless, it usually only happens once in a while, and then he gets smart with it, and yeah. So again, I was going for guillotine. That didn't work out because he does, he has his right arm wrapped around my left shoulder and really kind of shuts it down. So I immediately went into rubber guard, which is another thing I'd really like assistance on. The only thing I really know how to do from here is the omoplata, and I recognize that there's also arm bars and triangles and that type of stuff. But I only really go for the omoplata. But as you'll see, there's going to be a couple other ones, so I'm not really going to rewind. He's able to shut it down, and I'd like to know if there's an easy way around it. There goes my knee bar again. He's smart with that, though. Again, that really only happens once in a while, and then he's basically like, nope, you're not doing it again. I kind of wish there was some sort of omoplata with that I could have pulled with that right leg in that instance, but I don't know of it. So you can see, like, I'm always kind of thinking about that shin on shin thing. This right here, where I'm in turtle, is probably this is the most established position, it feels, all match. And he definitely kind of has me panicking. I'm definitely worried about it. But what I'm able to do is as we rotate over, I'm able to kind of use my slickness to get my shoulders to the mat and then get a knee in immediately. Or else, if we had a gi, it probably wouldn't have been. It would have been over there. He would have been able to finish from my back. So again, this is another thing, and so I like this sweep a lot. I'm gonna rewind it, and we'll kind of go at it in slow motion. Um, you kind of go for a Kimura, but I have my right hook in. You can see my left leg kind of punching through in between his legs, but I also have my right hook in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach around for the Kimura, and I'm going to use that right hook and the fact that he doesn't have a base now to kind of lift and do kind of a circle motion and then come around. But then what I try to do, instead of just maintaining that, because now my leg is still in the middle of that, the one that I used to sweep is still in between his legs, so it kind of puts me in a half guard. But from half guard, that also puts me into a knee bar position if I continue to roll. But something bound up. I don't know what happened. I think what it was as I had to continue my rotation after the sweep, I had to release the Kimura with my left hand to help my rotation, and he was able to use his right hand to keep me from bridging up. And then that also allowed him room to be able to thwart my north-south choke attempt from the Kimura. I shouldn't have tried for that in the first place. I should have retained the Kimura and then hoped that he would have kind of tried to come up into me, because I can use the leverage from that Kimura to actually scoot around to his back. I can actually use his arm and just kind of slide myself into his back. But it didn't work out that way, and that's fine. Oh well. This is what I'm talking about with Pat being sneaky with the heel hooks. He was able to kind of sneak my leg between his and go and attack that, and I basically kind of had to do this weird crunch up thing behind his back to make sure that he couldn't extend out, and it seemed to work out, but I was definitely freaking out at the time. I was able to get that underhook, and I'm going to try for a roll here, but I don't commit to really diving that arm in between the legs, and so it didn't work out in my favor. So what's about to happen here is there's going to be more rubber guard, but he's really good about stuffing the leg that I have to have braced up against his hip so that I can't continue that motion into an omoplata position. And what he's going to do is when I finally do achieve that, he's able to beat me to the punch, and I wonder if there is any way that I can prevent him from doing that right there next time more quickly, or if it's just one of those things where he was able to get through. Um, that is a very poor toe hold attempt on my part. However, what I found is that you can often snake your hands in for a toe hold when they're blocking that knee bar, and that'll often release their feet, so you can again go for the knee bar. So the match is going to be coming to an end soon, and yeah, that'll be about it for this first round. The things that I would definitely like feedback on are one, rubber guard, and maybe some of the things that I could do to increase my chances of success with that. Um, Also, the guillotine and how I can increase my chances of success with that. I do recognize that I should probably incorporate my other hand by getting my forearm, like kind of how Marcelo Garcia does it, where he grabs a hold, he grips his hand with his other hand, and then loops his forearm around the shoulder before they can defend the guillotine to help with that leverage. So after all said and done, thank you, Carrie, for being an awesome camera woman. You did a great job. And Pat, thanks for being a cool rolling partner, man. I always look forward to it. And thanks everybody else for watching. I'll catch you next time.